Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Saturday night. Thanks for joining me here. If you're watching this on video replay, you weren't here with Chris on a Saturday night. What were you doing? Hope you're having fun. But remember, I am on every night, 9 o'clock. That's Boston time, East Coast time. So please be sure to join in as I'm going to cover the news of the day, look at the trading, and it's always a few little surprises here and there. So welcome. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I always appreciate that support. Thank you so much. We're talking about Doge, Sheeb, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and we'll cover some others as well today. And whatever you guys want to talk to here, if you're here live, just put a comment in the chat and we will get to it. Let me jump down here into the corner. And here we are looking at Doge just under 8 cents, 7.99. So that's good trading through the day that Dogecoin has had. However, Bitcoin took a little dip here this evening. It was trading up at 27,850, now down to 27,560. So a little bit of a dip for Bitcoin, and a few others have dipped as well, but not Doge. Doge is trading sideways up here. So that's good news for Dogecoin. We're going to talk about some trading that's going on in the country of India. We're going to look at what's hot over there in a little bit. But right now, we'll take a look and we'll see what's going on here. Hey, Chris, how are you? The Starship launch. Yeah, we talked about that the other night on stream. And I thought it was awesome. I mean, a rocket that big cleared the tower, went up to 32,000 feet, was starting to do this maneuver where it was supposed to separate, and that didn't go so well. But that was the second thing that they were trying to do. The first was clearing the launch tower, and they were successful there. I thought they got some great data, and they'll do it again next test launch. It was a test launch, right? And you do tests, and you learn some things, and you move from there. So, and that's what SpaceX has done consistently. And, they've got a lot more rockets going up to space than everyone else combined. So they're doing something right. And, this is for the future. This is Elon planning for the future. And so very awesome. Of course, the news media, they got it all wrong. And of course, Doge's price went down the other day because of that. And it was just like, guys, don't you realize what they were trying to do here? So yeah, you thought it was awesome too. Hey, Kimro, how are you? When Lambo? Not quite yet. Not quite yet. So what's going on, guys? We'll start with the Fear and Greed Index. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is now down to neutral. Last week, it was 68, which was greed. So now it's down to neutral, and which is about right. I think with the dip, Bitcoin had come from a high that over 30,000 that I was saying, and we talked about that last night, that I wasn't buying up there because I was expecting a dip, and we've got a dip. So now down in the 27s, which is the upper 7-cent range for Doge, we're like, where is it going to go from here? I'm guessing sideways. Yeah, that's right, sideways. And I'll show you a chart in a little bit that's going to sort of prove that out a little bit. But of course, there are some who are saying Bitcoin threatens to drop below 27,000 as a Bitcoin free fall sees no let up. Well, the free fall stopped, right? That was this that we saw on Friday dropping down, but it held. This yellow line here is 27,200, and with 27,200 being support, Bitcoin isn't dropping below 27,000 anytime soon. Now, that's not to say tonight or tomorrow morning there may be another drop in the market, but right now I'm seeing things just kind of going sideways. Wait until next week. We'll see what happens with sort of inflation news and the banks, and other recessionary fears that there are in the markets and how those markets are going to respond. I'm surprised the stock market actually hasn't dropped a little more than it has. Certainly Tesla took a little bit of a hit because they had a not so great earnings report on car sales, but we haven't seen that across the earnings report for companies yet. We're seeing more and more layoffs month after month happening, mostly in the tech industry, and a lot of people are blaming that on AI, but it's really just companies are trimming staff to cut costs. That's what they're doing, and this is typically what we see going into recession. So crypto market, yes, we took that hit and now going sideways. So successful strategies for maximizing returns during Bitcoin price drops. This is in crypto, and basically when the price goes down, what's your strategy, right? Are you looking to buy dips? Are you dollar cost averaging? Or are you going to start doing things like short selling or margin trading or anything like that? Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I just tell you what I'm doing. I do not do short selling. I don't do margin trading. I don't trade with leverage. I do some swing trading, and I was able to close a couple of my swing trade positions yesterday. And I've got a few more open that I'm still trying to find the best next price target to buy in. We'll wait for the next dip and we'll see how that goes. But right now, no, I'm not doing any leverage trading, and I don't short. For me, shorting crypto, you're betting on something to go down, especially with Dogecoin. It's like, who wants to short Dogecoin, right? You want Doge to go up, not down. So I just can't do that. But anyway, if you're interested, there's a Be in Crypto article on maximizing returns. Well, it's all with risk, though. There's huge risk in that, especially shorting, margin trading, leverage, big risks. Don't need it. A lot of us are just long-term hodlers, and we're just riding through this and wait until next year and the year after when we think there's going to be the next bull market. But it's not only Bitcoin and Dogecoin, it's also Ethereum. So Ethereum price drop may offer a golden opportunity. Ethereum, profitable opportunities, strategies like dollar cost averaging, swing trading, staking, and holding. Now that's more like it. That's what I do, is exactly that. I do stake. I've got Ethereum staked. I've got Algorand staked. I've got VeChain staked. And the Graph I've got staked as well, because I'm supporting those proof of stake cryptocurrencies. And so I'm holding those for longer term now. And we'll sort of see how that goes. But right now, again, kind of still some bearish tendencies in the market. And we're not looking for any huge bull runs at the moment where you're going to take some profits and then buy in at a lower price. We're not in that scene at the moment. We had that a few weeks ago when Bitcoin went up to 30K, but Bitcoin has settled back down into the 27s now. So now isn't the time, in my opinion, and I'm not selling right now. So, but there is going to be some new developments. They've got a Cancun hard fork, which is the next big project that Ethereum is working towards. And ETH is just continuing to evolve. They've got to work on the gas fees, though. That's like the biggest thing is the cost of using ETH. They got to figure that out on how to lower those gas fees. So, but when you see the price go down, that doesn't stop someone from saying, "Hey, Bitcoin's going to go up to $532,000 on the horizon." This says on the horizon. It's like, well, what kind of horizon are you talking about? So this is Plan B. If you follow Plan B on Twitter, hasn't been on a lot lately, but today did post some charts, and here's what he's looking at. He's basically saying that the stock to flow Bitcoin model predicts that Bitcoin is going to go up over 1,800% from its current value of 27,316. And that's going to take it to $530,000. So when is that going to happen? So here's his chart. And let me go down to the second chart here that he shows. And in this chart, he's looking at the history of Bitcoin trading from 2010 till today. And Bitcoin has gone through 3 big bull runs following the halving. And these are the 4-year cycles. And I did, last month, I did a whole video on the 4-year cycles, got into the details of it. But that's what this is showing, because it's all around the Bitcoin halving that happens every 4 years. And so where are we right now? Well, we're still a year away from the next Bitcoin halving that happens in April of 2024. So what happens is these red dots are the time that's furthest away from the next halving. And then it goes into yellow, then green, and then blue when it's getting close. So we see what happened back here in 2017, that there was red, and then the red went to orange, and then so that was a bull run in 2017. At the end of 2017, Bitcoin hit its all-time high here in the yellow, and then retraced, and we had a bear market through the green. And then in 2019, there was a little rise and then a reset. And that reset right there, where Bitcoin went from 10,000 back down to about 9,000, that's what we're probably going to do in 2023. I think right now we're in this green that went up, and we're going to see this reset. There's not going to be a bull run that's going to happen anytime soon. Now, Plan B had predicted in 2021, the bull market for Bitcoin was going to go up over 100,000. That's this line right here, 100,000. He predicted 100,000, and everyone on YouTube was saying Bitcoin's going to go to 100K. Well, it didn't. 69K, and then that was it. So this line that he's got here in 2024, that's after the halving, he's showing this going up above $500,000. That's right. Will Bitcoin go up that high? Let's get to 100K first, I say, before talking about 500K. But once the next bull market really starts with Bitcoin, we're going to see some big trading, I think. And again, these charts have been leveling out, though, so I don't think the percentages quite work the same way once you get up to these levels. And I'm guessing it's going to be a bit subdued and not quite like this. But we've got a long ways to go. All I'm saying is it's a little too early to be talking about this, $500,000 price on the horizon. Well, on the horizon is 2024, 2025. We still have a whole year to trade through that we need to get through. And there's going to be some turbulence this year. There's definitely going to be turbulence, and we're just not ready for a big bull run to happen yet. So on the Dogecoin front, we got Billy Marcus. And Billy Marcus, if you follow him on Twitter, you know that, he left Dogecoin. He was totally against crypto, got really soured by it, and he continues to say things about investing in crypto is literally just investing in mental illness, which I suppose is on the rise, Billy says. And that's just what Billy talks about. So he did say he did buy some Doge about a year ago or so, and or maybe it was a little more than that, if I recall, but he's still anti-crypto, and so is Jackson Palmer. I mean, they made Dogecoin for the fun of it, kind of make fun of the crypto industry and what it looked like back in 2013. And they're both still against crypto. But a lot of us are here because we believe in it. Some of us are here to make money. Some of us are here because we don't like the banks, we don't like the governments, and we want our freedom for our money. That's why we're into cryptocurrency. And some a little bit of both, I guess. So we'll see how that goes forward. SHIB, if you hadn't heard, I did buy back into SHIB. I closed my swing trade. So I did buy back in at a much lower price. So back in the SHIB game, and I'm only in SHIB as a profit. That's all I'm looking for. It's the next big SHIB run. I will be layering out at different levels, taking profits, and then rolling that back into Dogecoin and Bitcoin. Most likely, that's what I'm going to do. Of course, that's assuming we're going to have a bull run, and all of this is based on that assumption. Nothing's guaranteed with crypto investing, but that's my plan, and that's what I'm going to be doing. You can use SHIB on BitPay, and BitPay is now allowing customers to buy gold with cryptocurrencies that it supports. So that could be Dogecoin, it could be Bitcoin, or it could be SHIB as well, that you can buy gold with cryptocurrencies. Kind of interesting if you want to get into gold. A lot of people think Bitcoin is the digital version of gold, and that's your store of value. But Bitcoin's price is probably a little more volatile than the price of gold. So you got to be careful there. More news on Shibarium and the Puppy Net, which is the test bed for Shibarium, that they now have 14 million wallets that have been created through this beta test of Shibarium. And they're saying that all of the testing that's happening, it's looking good. There's a lot of developers involved building things on Shibarium, testing it out. So we'll see how long that lasts and before they actually get open that up to everyone, probably this summer sometime. And then this other news in India that I mentioned earlier, the word coming out of India is that there has been a lot of crypto trading that continues in India. And according to CoinSwitch, the top 5 traded crypto assets on its platform from in the last week here was Shibarium, or SHIB number 1, Bitcoin number 2, Doge number 3, Loopring number 4, and ETH number 5. So we have SHIB, Doge, Bitcoin, Loopring, and Ethereum are the heaviest traded cryptocurrencies in India this past week. Very interesting. How SHIB is so popular in India, I don't know. Maybe that it's because some India devs are working on Shibarium, could be, or some are just accumulating now in the bear market and are looking to make profits in the bull. My last bit of news here is today's Earth Day in the United States. It's Earth Day, and the Algorand network commits to being carbon neutral. And in fact, they are going to go carbon negative, they say, carbon negative. Of course, Algorand, being a proof of stake cryptocurrency, has no mining, very similar to Solana. And Solana has put out a lot of press as well about being green. But today, Algorand was all over Twitter. Many, many posts about Algorand and its low carbon footprint approach. And, you know, with the climate crisis that many people believe we're in, Algorand solves this. And they're putting out good, positive press because they have to fight the FUD about, you know, this thing about Bittrex that the SEC calls Algorand one of a handful of tokens that were being traded that the SEC considers to be securities. So Algorand is fighting that, and they've actually been trading really well. If we look at the charts and we look at Algorand at 1880 now, it was level with Ethereum, and Ethereum is at 1860. So I made a tweet earlier today how when they were together at the same price, I was like, I'm going to be watching how Ethereum and Algorand trade against each other. And let's see how that goes. And I'm put a lot into Algorand. I think Algorand is going to outperform Ethereum. And so we'll be watching that. Right now, Algorand is up about 0.5% over Ethereum. So we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of my little thing that I'm doing, and I'll just keep track of that. For now, Doge, 7.98, just under 8 cents. So crypto is stabilizing a bit. Bitcoin had a little sell-off here, but is recovering here. So I think that is stabilizing well as well. So that's what I see going on today. Michael Rivera's in the building. Hey, Michael, how are you? Hey, Chris. Seems like every time I sell to try to buy more Doge, it just goes back up. Well, that's when you really have to be watching how Doge trades. And when I do swing trading, if we look at the Doge chart, I look for the real high volume opportunities that Doge gives, usually when there's a catalyst, and that's when I do a swing trade. And this wasn't it. This is generally pretty low volume. If you zoom out a little bit and you see that the volume is low, this isn't the best opportunity to do swing trading. If I zoom out to the 2-hour here, what we saw was, this event that happened here on April 3rd. Big green candle up, high volume trading. If you're looking at swing trading, you look for those kinds of things that Dogecoin does. Because chances are, again, no guarantee, and Doge could just keep trading higher. Although I think in 2023, the chances of that are pretty slim because we're not in a full bull market yet. I'll be more concerned 2024 of doing swing trading. But right now, I mean, that was an ideal time to sell some Doge and then buy back in at a lower price, was on that big move. And those are the kinds of things that you look for to do swing trading. But right now, with this really low volume trading, really tough to trade crypto and do swing trading because you don't know. You just don't know which way it's going to go. So I'd be careful with that. Like I said, I had some other coins that I did sell up to swing trade. I'm not swing trading Doge in the near future right now. If there was some huge event that happened that looked to me like it was going to be a short-term thing, I may swing trade a little bit of it, but I'm not going to chance that with Doge as we go through the tail end of 2023, because one of these days it's just going to keep going up. And if you sell out of your position and Doge keeps going like it did back in 2021, you miss out on some big gains with Doge. So that's what's going on, guys. Just wanted to get up to date on the market. That looks like things have stabilized right now. And I know it's lower than we just were last week, but it'll get back. Just going to take a little while. Right now, we're stabilizing here. 8-cent Doge is good, I think, and $27,000 Bitcoin. So we'll be watching that as they trade along, and we'll see how that goes. I'll be back on Sunday night, 9 o'clock. Please be sure to tune in. Look forward to seeing how the trading goes. We'll be looking at the week ahead, doing a forecast, looking at what could be happening in the markets a week ahead. So we'll be talking about that on Sunday night. So I hope to see you then. Hope you all are well. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably the most entertaining outcome
And the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.